Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Let me tell you what just happened there, guys. So I have everything fully automated so that I can use my voice to switch between states and so on. And what happened was that I had a second PC that I was recording on earlier, and that picked up on my voice command. And I started streaming from a second PC whilst trying to stream from this PC. That's what happened there. Right, let me bring you to the desktop a second, and we're going to desperately try and get something working today. I'm running out of mojo at this stage. Right, this is called X360ce controller emulator, version 4.17.15.0. There's a chance that by using this, I can get the game to work. I don't want to have to do this, but if it's going to work at all, then this is probably the only way it's going to work. So what you need to do first off is find the executable to the game that you want to play. Come here, add game, search for said game, and click on the executable file. That should now add that as a game. There we go. Boink. That one there. So that's now what we're setting up for. So we'll click Save All. Now I need to add a controller. So let's add... it's been a long time since I've done this. You can see all my controllers are popping up. Camus C5 steering wheel. Let's add that as a device. And I'm guessing that's going to be the steering wheelie bit. So I don't actually need that, do I? So let's remove that. Let's add the hub. I think it's the hub I'm going to need. So what we'll do is try and bind some of the buttons on here to work as an Xbox controller, because it doesn't recognize any buttons otherwise. So let's try doing this. We'll go record and we'll press A, and you see, oh look, it located le button. Hey, hey, hey. It's very good, yeah? The button is now working. C'est bon, c'est magnifique, c'est excellente. Now, the real trick is whether or not I can get the pedals working. So let's see if I can add you can tell I'm running out of energy because I'm talking a load of trash. Come down here and look for... my eyes are going to sleep. Now this may be a problem. Product name. Oh, there it is. Simpson pedals. Right. So now the right trigger is going to be my throttle. And you can see that that's working. Okay. And the left trigger is going to be my brake. So wish I didn't have to do any of this rubbish. I really do. Right, so we've got a bunch of buttons and a bunch of things that kind of work. So, let's do D-pad buttons as well. Well, oh, okay, that's because I'm on the wrong controller. That would be why. That's my fault. So that's up. That is left. That is right. I'm pretty sure I'm going to return this game, because if they can't just get simple controller inputs working at all, then I mean, what the hell is the point in investing my money in their game if they can't even be asked to try and support the PC community properly? I'm disappointed, so I was really kind of hoping this would be all singing, all dancing, and they literally haven't done a goddamn thing to try and improve this, which I think is just outrageous. Hello, 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 Tez. Sorry. Delayed reply from me. Right, so we got the camera on. You can see that the pedal's working. And we'll see now how well this goes. I have no idea what to expect from this. This may work brilliantly. This may not work at all. It may work sporadically. But if you've got a wheel and you want to use it on this game, this may be the only way you're going to get it to work. Let's try something. Let's try the D-pad. Not a good start. Okay. Settings, wheel, direct input. Throttle pedal. There's a chance. I've forgotten to do something here. So I've saved the X360ce system. And weirdly, all the keybinds I've just put in have disappeared. Okay, hang on. That would explain why it's not working. Let me try again. Apologies. Let's go back to desktop so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, right, they've all popped up again. That's not annoying at all. Right, so that's enabled. It's mapped. That's enabled. And they are working. Yes, they are working. Okay, right. So save all. It switched games on me. Right. That would explain why it didn't work. Right. Start again. This is how frustrating it is having to set it up this way. This is a fantastic bit of kit, by the way. In no way am I complaining about this. This Xbox emulator thing is just a bit of genius. It's the people who make the SnowRunner game and such that need to be slapped around the face with a wet fish. Controller number 2. Let's add another controller. Apologies. I did set this up a minute ago, but I set it up on the wrong game. That's why it didn't work. So we'll try again. Add selected device. And weirdly enough, that already seems to be in. Let's record. Okay. That's doing multiple things at once. Let's hit clear. Yes, clear controller 2. Let's try it again. Trigger. Record. Good. Left trigger. Record. Good. I do have a clutch, but I mean, if I could just get it working at all, that would be an achievement, wouldn't it? So we've got D-pad, we've got up, down, left, right. So we don't have all the buttons bound. I just want to see if I can get it working first of all. That shouldn't affect anything. No, okay. It's swapped back to... Why does it keep doing that? That game, please. Enable. Enable. Save. Right. That should... He says, nervously, work. So let's go back to the game and see if I'm talking absolute rubbish, whether it's going to work. Got a fantastic soundtrack, as did SnowRunner. Right, let's see if it works. Yep, that is now reading the buttons off my wheel. So it is, to a point, going to work for us. It's a bit of a ham-fisted sandwich, if I'm being totally honest. It's going to be a bit of a mess, this. Right, so the wheel is accepted. We'll try the throttle. So it's not going to read the throttle, because it sees the throttle as a controller. We won't get some audio issues. Hang on. The audio back? Yeah, it's another weird bug I've got to sort out. Right, let's go to game and see what we can do, if anything. I may have to put the wheel on as an Xbox controller as well. So it looks nice. Release the handbrake, press A. Right, so it looks like oh my good God. So I sort of have steering. Sort of. I don't know what's going on. It's an absolute turd burger. Right. Let me just add the wheel, the X360, which I really don't want to have to do. I mean, this is if nothing else, this is confirmed that I'm returning this game. We'll add a new controller. It'll be the Camera C5 steering wheel. Add the selected device. Clear everything, please. Yes. And stick axis left forward. Oh. Oh, it's not going to pick it up. Wonder if it's because the game is running. Let's try again. You have to basically emulate the entire thing. Let me bring you back to the desktop so you can see what I'm trying to do. So controller 1 is all the buttons on the top. And controller 3 is supposed to be the hub. So there it is, the wheelbase. We'll add the wheelbase as a selected device. We'll say stick axis X. Record it. There we go. That's going to work a lot better than you might initially expect it to. So it's all set up now in here. So when I go into expeditions, instead of setting a wheel, oh God, this is such a pain in the ass. Yeah, I need to wear my gloves as well. I don't foresee this lasting for too long, to be quite honest with you. I'm already like my pissed off level is like 11 out of 10 already. This game has irritated me for years, and I've put up with it and faffed about and found solutions to their stupidity. And here they are with a brand new game being just as stupid as they've always been. And I find that infuriating. Absolutely infuriating. Come on, you rubbish game. It's a shame because it looks really nice. It really does. Right, let's continue. Oops, I forgot to set my controller up. Setting. So we're going to now set this to controller. You see that? It's now set to controller. And not wheel. And now it's being incredibly odd. Right. That's all good. Let's go back to Xbox 360 and see if we can figure out what the bloody... Ah, so one part of the wheel had turned itself off for whatever reason. Probably because it's not really designed to work this way. So, yeah, one of our enabled device controllers had turned itself off. Is it working though? It is working. Okay, let's try again. It's probably getting close to being the last time I could be bothered to try and get this to work. There are so many games out there now. Tez, that's unfair. Yeah, so Jesus, let me think. It should work. Will it work? So I can see that controller 1 has disconnected itself again. And controller 3 has kind of disconnected itself as well. That may be because I'm trying to do my developer head here, because we're still running direct input. If I just change all this to be whatever. Let's see if it's working. So because I've added the steering wheel, it basically can't cope with having two parts of the wheel on. You can see these things here. It's probably not very clear to you, but all three of these boxes should be green. And every time I start the game, they go yellow or turn themselves off. So... So this will probably work with most wheel devices, but it won't work with this particular device. You can see that everything's grayed out. I suspect it's maybe if I restart this now that I've changed the steering wheel to be something that's not this wheel. Maybe that will work. I don't know why they don't just put a bit of time and effort into supporting multiple devices. It's not that flipping difficult, especially these days. You can get loads of like almost plug-in type things. How are we looking? It's still yellow. Not a good sign. I should have checked that they were on before I started. Yeah, let's try and get these back to green before I start. Right, so if I close that and reopen X360, that may fix it. So we're going to go to the game of choice, Expeditions executable. And it does not like at all having both parts of the wheel connected at the same time. Right. Swap back to the wrong game, which is annoying. Audio's gone again. Right, save all. So we've got wheel, pedals, wheel buttons, pedals, actual wheel. Why is all this flipping in here again? Oh my word. Please stop changing stuff. Oh, it's gone back to the emulator. Please stop doing that. It is stressing me out. Every time I hit clear, it's swapping that out. That's interesting. All right, let's try it a different way. Let's remove it. Let's add it again. Wheelbase, add selected. Record. Save all. But it's, again, it's swapped to now seems to be stuck. It will not go in with that executable. That's weird. I've never seen that before. Bear with me. Bear with me. May still work. It does not seem very happy doing this. What? Now that's picked up loads of extra weird stuff that wasn't there before. Oh, this is all over the place. Absolutely all over the place, this is. Good Lord. Let's put them all in. Let's clear them all. And we'll try one last time. Clear. So there's nothing bound to anything at all. Save. Can't believe it switched back to that again. Is it literally going to do this every single time? Controller 1. Let's start with the pedals. It swaps. It just keeps swapping back. No, that is not playing ball at all. That is just turning into an absolute, I don't want to say the word. No, it's not doing it. It's just, it's adding. I've never seen it do this before. It's really weird. It's adding all of these different buttons and keybinds and stuff. And I really don't want to go through and press empty on them all. What have we got? So that's working. Brake isn't working. Brake is working now. Empty. 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 Oops. Empty. 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 Save. Right, so we have a brake and a throttle. Go to controller 2, add steering wheel, and we'll say controller 1. Oh my good lord. Right, we'll leave it on Xbox controller 1. We'll re-add pedals. Let's just see if it all goes to hell. It may all go to hell. Empty. Save. Controller 3 is the Camus wheelbase. Right. Save all. This is my last try, guys, because I shouldn't have to do any of this, but I can even squeeze 5-10 minutes of actual gameplay out of this using a wheel, then, you know, minor success on a on a game that really doesn't care about Xbox, about PlayStation. Oh my God, I'm so tired. About PC players and their wheels and their configurations, etc. You can't say I haven't tried. Well, you can, but it would be untrue to say that. Hey, you son of a bitch. It's not working. Hey. So what has happened to this thing? It's just right. So it's switched to this now. Look. So this is now the pedals. So the throttle should be working. The brake should be working. Controller 2. Right, so we've got 2 green lights. So if I come into the game, you can see that I can... I didn't bind those. I can press buttons and it is working. We'll just see whether or not it falls over the second I add the steering element as well, which I'm pretty sure it will do. Seems to be doing that every single time. Save all, back into here. So now we can go up and down. Say new game. So all of that's now working, but I have no steering. I'll skip the scene. Press RT to start the engine. Release the handbrake, press A. That just took off. That was not waiting for me at all. That just off it went. Doesn't care if you've got no brakes. Doesn't care if you've got no ability to steer. Right, we'll try and add the third part of this absolute mess right now. It'll probably all fall over, and that'll be me done. And I can go back drinking coffee and not caring about this game. It's kind of what I want to do now. We've got camera 5 wheelbase and steering wheel wheelbase. Okay, add that. And then all of a sudden, that's got loads of buttons and stuff. Auto configured. Remap all. Stop. All we want is this. That's all we want. Hit the save button. So at the moment I'm having to press the brake and the accelerator at the same time in order for it to go backwards. No idea what's going on. I don't know what's going on at all. I mean, it's doing something, but it's not doing what I expect it to be doing. Let's have a look and see what Xbox 360 is saying. Well, Xbox 360 is telling me that they're all working. It's telling me that they are. And I can see that that one is. Oh, I see the problem. It's sort of inverted axis 1. Inverted half? No. Struggling to get this to work. Right, that looks okay. Hey! And it's that simple, guys. Oh. Except it doesn't want to work. Nope, I give up. The game does not support in any way, shape or form any sort of bespoke controller input device or wheel or anything like that. Ah, and I've wasted so much time and effort on it. I'm absolutely done. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Goodbye for now.